Someone asked me what dating apps I would recommend. Um, I don't know if this person has been following along, because I think they're all dumpster fires. I've been off of them for 6 months now, and it feels good. Like, I'm broke, so I don't really have anything to like bring to the table right now except for like my sparkling personality. But they're none of them. I don't know. There's a lot of inventory on Tinder if you're looking for a hookup. If you are feminine presenting or identifying, Bumble's cool because like you have the say over whether or not you want to talk to that person that you matched with within a 24-hour period. But no, none of them. Like they suck. It's a dumpster fire out there, and it sucks.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm really not surprised that that woman is not having any luck on any of the dating apps. Good call getting off them. You might be able to pick up some guy from the bar if it's really dark in that bar. But moving right along, and to give you a piece of advice, I think the simplest way to put this is Tinder for hookups, Hinge if you're actually interested in dating, and screw Bumble. Women don't message first. What a terrible app. Anyways, this this compilation is on dating over 30, and as you can tell, that woman is definitely way over 30. Let's get into the next one.
Okay, so while we're at it,
Wait, did she just fart?
reasons why I've unmatched guys this week. Where do I begin? I had a date planned for Friday night and exchanged phone numbers with him on Wednesday night. And by Thursday, he said, "Why don't you just come spend the night at my house?" And I'm like, "Well, we have a date on Friday, so if you think for a minute I'm going to meet you and do that, you're wrong." And then he proceeded to tell me that he really was just like looking for a casual hookup. And I was like, okay, great. Thank you for sharing that before the date, but like also we're good here. So thanks. Proceeded to give a guy my Snapchat information.
Well, that's dumb. Don't give these guys you're meeting on the dating apps your Snapchat information right away. But for real, buddy shot his shot and was just like, nah, I'm not gonna waste time on a date. Let's just hook up. Don't blame you, dude. This one has a really masculine looking face. Thanks.
And he added me on Snapchat, and then like literally 2 snaps in tried to Snapchat call me, and I was like, it's 10 a.m. no. And he was like, well, I just want to talk to you. And I was like, yeah, that's right, you're working and I'm working. And he's like, well, yeah, why can't you work and talk on the phone? And I'm like, that's literally not how that happens. I proceeded to let him bully me into giving me exchanging phone numbers with him, which I understand why, but like also I don't know, I just let that happen. And then he asked me what time I got off of work, and then like promptly when I should have been off work, he decided to FaceTime call me. And then like proceeded to kind of belittle me in a lot of ways about my job, about my life, about pretty much anything. But don't worry, he's the hero because he works an extra job to give money to his friend who's fallen on hard times. Other reasons why I have stopped talking to guys this week. Another guy would text me and then will double text me like 2 hours later if I don't read my text or respond to him, like if he sends me a snap or a text.
Hold on, wait. I needed to pause there. Sorry, just got distracted by a notification. But if you're doing that for a friend, you're working another job to support a friend, color me surprised. Sure, that's great and all, but what's the situation where your friend can't work? That's another thing. Like, you could be a better friend and help them get back on their feet because, you know, them doing the work themselves will make them feel ultimately better than just giving them cash. I don't understand what the situation there is.
And remember, on Snapchat, you can see when someone opens those. I have my read receipts on, so he could see if I read that text message, but then proceeds to be like, are you okay? What's going on? I just am busy. And then asked me to go out. And I always like to say, what do you have in mind? And he said, well, we could go out to eat and then we can go back to your place and watch a movie. Did you just invite yourself to my house? Because I don't think so. So those are the top 3 reasons why I stopped talking to guys this week. And the good morning beautiful and the good night beautiful. I just decided I didn't want to deal with that. So there's that. I'm really tired of this. But we'll keep doing it for your entertainment. You're welcome.
I don't know who needs.
You do not seem like a good dating prospect at all. Well, gives me the jeebies. I honestly thought that was like a trans woman or something. If I didn't hear the voice and just saw it, that's probably what I'd think. Anyways, let's continue.
To hear this, but I definitely could have used this about 3.5 months ago. And the sentiment I want to put across on your
Yes, it's the audio from the TikTok.
screen is that life can change so freaking fast. So I'm going to do a little backpedaling to tell you about what has happened. So to set the stage, it's February 9th, 2023. I'm 30 years old. Almost all of my friends are in long-term serious relationships or married or with kids, and I am feeling lonely. I've previously been really good about covering up this loneliness with work. I'm a surgery resident. I work 80 hours a week, so I don't often really have time to sit in that loneliness. But the past year, I changed to a research schedule where I work more normal 40-hour weeks, and it's been a lot more depressing for me. You see everybody's lives move forward. You have failed relationship after situationship after whatever, and you just wonder, is this time ever coming for me? And I don't really want to emphasize any of the cliches of it'll happen when you least expect it or be happy with yourself first. That shit did not help me. That made me infuriated at people that told me that. But okay.
I'm gonna come back to this, but yeah, for those that are dating in the medical field, it's gotta be really rough. Like, I get guys that are doctors are really interesting to women, sadly, because of how much they make, almost solely, and for the bragging rights that comes with that. But like, yeah, you're putting in so many hours, and I'm sure that anyone that's listening that's working in that field, it's just, your field's just maxed out and understaffed, probably underpaid too, let's be real, for important things like anyways, just wanted to stop there and give a little bit of appreciation. I'm sure it's tough, but you know, if you really want something, or if you really want someone, you really want to be in a relationship, then you gotta keep at it. The right person will come along.
So February 9th, so I'm specifically sitting at the airport in Houston, and they make an announcement on the loudspeaker that $600 they're offering if you'll sit in the Houston airport for 6 hours. I was like, okay, sign me up. Then I immediately, while I'm waiting now for my 6-hour later flight, I look at where Southwest Airlines flies internationally, because I also like to fill my time and my loneliness with trips and traveling. And so I boil it down to Belize, Cuba, and Dominican Republic, and Cuba has the cheapest tickets, so I purchased them literally an hour after getting the voucher. And these tickets were purchased for last week. I got back from Cuba on Sunday. So February
Sounds very impulsive.
9th, I'm also now sitting at this airport, and I have this trip planned to go see my friend in New York the next week, and that's where my last situationship had just moved. And I remember being in the airport so anxious to text him that I'm going to New York and not knowing if he was going to want to see me or not. So I work up the courage to text him, and he says, like, yeah, like, let's grab dinner. So then literally 1 week later, I was in New York, I see him, and the rest of the weekend carries on. I reach out to him a few days later asking if he wants to do one more thing before I leave, and basically he just like shuts me down entirely. And I think, to me, this is one of those things where you like create this future in your head because you're just so lonely and you're just looking to hook on to anything. So unfortunately, when he shut me down, I was at Bottomless Mimosas with my friends. And so we went back to her apartment and I sobbed fetal position on the floor. Reiterated how I'm never.
Oh, that is such an ugly moment. Man, you're in the medical field, but you don't prioritize your mental health at all. And you probably just lost a bunch of friends by being that person. Yikes, man. Yikes.
Going to find anybody. I'm going to be alone forever. And the thing is I had actually gotten to that cliche, be happy on your own place, where I had looked into freezing my eggs. I had thought about a future where I was a single mom. I really want kids. But obviously, if I can find a partner that makes my life better, I want that. So anyway, trying to get back to current times, because I've been talking.
Yeah, and that's such a toxic mentality that your partner is going to make your life better. If your life isn't already good, it's probably not going to get better in a relationship. In fact, you're going to bring somebody else down. Hate hearing that.
Forever. So now we're at February 19th, where I'm sobbing on the floor. And I had set up a few dates that month in Chicago, just trying to get back out there. My first one went horribly. But I had 2 set up for when I came back from New York. And the first one was on that Wednesday, so February 22nd. And the guy had canceled on me the week before, so I did not have high hopes for it. But I was like, whatever, I'm in such a terrible place. I gotta go and just get myself out there and think about anything else. So fast forward to May 23rd, that guy from February 22nd just came to Cuba with me. And we had an amazing trip, and I'm incredibly happy. It's early. I know people might come at me. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is the best I felt about something in a really long time. And I wish I could tell February 9th, February 16th, February 20th myself all of that things can change in an instant and you just really never know what's around the corner. So yeah, my last video is us being really mushy and embarrassingly adorable in Cuba.
Yeah, and I really hope that your situationship doesn't crumble and leave you in a, big old mess that you currently are. Because if you're really relying on this one person to be your everything, then it's just such a toxic, damning mentality to have. You've already said that you're not good off by yourself, and, some people are incredibly good by yourself, like myself. But, also value partnerships or relationships or whatever the frick you want to call it this day. So dating in general, either way, I don't have high hopes it's going to turn out well. It's probably going to use you for those trips and then find some prettier girl or something because you don't have enough time for him or whatever the case may be. Women do it, men can do it too. Just gonna say that out of experience, knowing plenty of people that work in a similar field, in hospitals for that matter. Anyways, I'm rambling on, and I'm just gonna wrap things up. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, catch you in the next one. See ya.